But yeah, so in the beginning, the first thing is learning, right? Learning what you're supposed to be doing. Talk about the funnels, everything else, right? So what did you do as a beginner, right? First you started in the computer. You say you had a time frame from 12 to 1, about an hour a day, right? To start learning, right? So what I'm gonna say, what, a month, maybe 2 weeks of learning, of getting
Yeah, I
everything
mean,
right.
it was one of those things where when I started, you remember this is many, many, many years ago, because I'm old, but when I started, it was product review blogs. So it would be, okay, how do I buy a domain name? And that takes literally, I mean, it takes an hour because you got to research it, then you got to do it, then you got to choose it. So that's a whole day right there. But I'm okay with that at this point, because I know
Yeah.
I'm looking towards the future. And then once you get the domain name, it's like, okay, what about hosting? What is hosting? You know what I mean? So you learn all this stuff and then you find what hosting provider you want to use and you get all that set up. It's like, okay, now I need a framework to build this thing on. How do I actually make a page? Oh, okay. I need WordPress. How do I install WordPress? And I install it. Okay, great. Now what do I do? So, at this point, literally I'm 4, 5, 6 days into it. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like I'm almost burnt a whole week just getting that part set up. Then it's like, okay, I gotta get a theme in here so my blog looks good, so it doesn't just look crappy. So, all right, which theme do I want to buy? Okay, how do I import it? How do I customize it? How do I make changes to the menu and stuff like that? How do I optimize it for SEO? So now I'm 2 weeks into it now, and I haven't even done anything yet. You know what I mean? But that's kind of the nature of getting started. Now, luckily, these days funnels are much easier than websites. Most funnel building software are drag and drop and they have hosting built into them. So it's gotten a lot easier over the years. But still, you're going to run into some of those same things. How do I do this one little thing? Okay, now how do I do it? And it takes time.
Okay, so let's call it level one, right? Level one, when you first started, let's call it the research bubble, right?
Mhm.
Where you have to learn and research and making sure everything's working right. So once you get past the research bubble, now you have your business, right? You have your business, you're ready to launch, you're ready to start creating content. When all of that is out of the way, what do you do, right? Like what do you do every single day? Let's say your business is working, right? It's running correctly, and you wake up today, not today, not today, as still as a beginner. Then
Right.
we're gonna move to our what we do nowadays. But back then, what is it that you used to do when you wake up?
Yeah. So it's important to remember that when you're launching your first funnel, you want to learn the frameworks that work. You don't just want to put a bunch of words up on the website and expect it to make money. You want to learn the frameworks that work. You want to learn, where you need a video that pre-frames the offer. You want to learn what sort of things you should say when you welcome them to the website, but still launch your minimum viable funnel. Like, don't stress about it for months about making it perfect and choosing button colors and stuff. Like, just make sure you followed a basic framework that's been proven to work and get it launched. Because as you go through time, you're going to test, tweak, change, optimize all those things. But after it's launched, before you start creating content, we almost skipped a step. Test your funnel, right?
Yeah, so that's important. Testing your funnel. I used to do that every single day because I was using a free software, right? So when I use a free software, it doesn't run smoothly. Every single day there was a new problem. So just like the beginner mindset, I used to wake up and literally go on my funnel and opt into my own funnel. So that's what I used to do. Like that's one of the steps that I needed to do every single morning to make sure my business was running. Just because I didn't have the money to invest on the software that will eliminate those little problems you get me. But that was one of the things that I would do every morning. Check
Right.
if my funnel was working.
Make sure the business hasn't burned down to the ground while you're asleep. And so that's good. It's those attention to detail that lead to success, because we've seen people send traffic and get a video go viral to a funnel that's not working or has the wrong
Exactly.
affiliate link in there or has a broken link or page one doesn't link to page two or the email, when it gets entered, it doesn't go into the email sequence. Like, all those things can happen. So definitely go through your funnel and test it.